This video accompanies the paper, Coding at the Speed of Thought, which turns out to be extremely slow. Motivation. Vibe coding, initially proposed as a joke by Andrei Karpathy, has become the predominant mode of software development. However, one could argue that existing vibe coding is simply coding in a higher level language. The developer still types prompts, reads output, and iterates through text. If the vibes must be manually transcribed into ASCII before they can take effect, one might question if they were ever vibes at all. In this work, we build working software using actual brainwaves. The hardware problem. The hardware platform is a NeuroSky TGAM EEG module, extracted from a $30 children's toy, wired to a Raspberry Pi Zero mounted directly to a headset. This chip measures one thing: how hard you are concentrating. That's it. It cannot read thoughts. It cannot detect images, words, or intentions. It outputs two numbers, once per second, an attention score and a meditation score, each from 0 to 100. Validation studies have reported recognition accuracy below 50% for the mental states this chip claims to measure. This did not stop us. The question becomes, how do you build software with a device that can only tell you how focused someone is? The engineering. The answer is, you don't read the developer's mind. You ask them questions. We present brain rot, binary response architecture for intent via recursive optimal tree search. An LLM coding agent poses yes or no questions. The user, referred to in the paper as the viber, answers each one only using their brain. But the EEG can't detect yes or no directly. It can only detect concentration level. So we needed two protocols, one for each possible answer. To say yes, the viber uses the focus protocol. Frontal oscillation concentration user stimulus. The viber reads a dense block of text on a secondary display. In our implementation, the screenplay to the B-movie starring Jerry Seinfeld. The act of reading forces sustained concentration. Attention rises, meditation falls. The system registers yes. To say no, the viber uses the puppy protocol. Parasympathetic unwinding protocol for parapsychological yielding. The viber looks away from the screen at a secondary display showing images of dogs, causing them to relax. Meditation rises, attention falls, and the system registers a no. Each decision takes 5 to 10 seconds. By iterating yes or no questions, a spec was generated which an LLM can use to generate working software. Experimental results. In our primary trial, the participant was tasked with creating a flashcard app. The system required 15 questions just to identify the domain. Is this a game? No. Is this a productivity tool? Yes. Does it involve a dashboard? No. Is it a text or writing tool? No. Does it involve learning? Yes. Is it a flashcard or quiz tool? Yes. Once identified, convergence was rapid. 11 more questions refined the spec. The system generated 966 lines of self-contained HTML, CSS, and JavaScript from 27 total questions. Each yes or no question yields 1 bit of information. 27 questions is 27 bits, about 3.5 bytes. Those 3.5 bytes produced 966 lines of working code. This is a compression ratio that would make Claude Shannon reach for his whiskey. Future work. At approximately 40 lines per bit, generating a Linux kernel, 28 million lines of code, would require roughly 700,000 binary decisions, or 4,000 years of continuous vibing. We consider this a reasonable timeline for kernel work. Telepathic pair programming. Adding a second neural signal would increase decision-making time by approximately 100%, consistent with existing pair programming literature. Finally, if the LLM generates working code from 27 binary inputs, do those inputs need to come from a human? A random bit generator could theoretically produce functional software. For further work on random generation of software requirements, see the Wharton MBA program. BrainRod is the first system to generate complete software applications from brain signals alone. It is extremely slow, mildly uncomfortable, and requires looking at pictures of dogs.